Good morning once again, viewers all over the world. I'm very happy to be here once again. Uh, First of all, I want to appreciate people that gave feedback about my first video. Some people gave feedback, they encouraged me, and I want to tell you that that feedback you gave goes a long way in encouraging me to produce more videos, and I really appreciate it. I'm very happy and I'm encouraged. Without wasting our time, because we have a lot of things to discuss. In fact, I'm only trying to lay the foundation, because foundation is very important in whatever we are doing. So I don't have to waste time. I want to go straight to this business. And in my first video, we discuss the importance of knowledge in wealth creation. In that video, if you have not forgotten, I said that knowledge itself is money. Knowledge is money. And I want to go further, buttressing the point, laying the solid foundation that money is knowledge. Then after today's video, then we are now going to go deeply into the teaching on the principles that we have to learn and apply in creating wealth, in creating financial wealth. But today I want to go again into exposing information about the reason why knowledge is money. When I say knowledge, I'm talking about education, financial education. I'm talking about information that it is very, very important that you have information if you want to be creating wealth, if you want to make money. It's very, very important. Some people believe that when it comes to wealth creation, they believe that it is God and God alone. I want to put this to you, that when we are thinking about money and wealth creation, stop thinking that it is God and God alone. As a matter of fact, if you have not forgotten the history, you realize that the first community of man was the Garden of Eden, and God himself was the president in the Garden of Eden. Then man practiced what we call theocracy, a system of government in which God himself is the head. So in the Garden of Eden, if you can remember precisely, you realize that there was nothing like money. There was nothing like monetary policy. There was not monetary system in the Garden of Eden. So that is to let you realize that God is not the maker of money. Money is a material thing, and money is fabricated by man. So when you are thinking about money and wealth creation, stop thinking about God. I'm not saying you should leave God out of it. Don't misquote me. But what I'm saying is that money is a material thing. Even in the first king community of God that we call Eden, in those days, God did not use money. So God did not print money. So God is not in charge of money. It is after Adam and Eve has been driven out of the Garden of Eden, and they are in this present place that we are, this world, that people started thinking about money, because they have to exchange goods for goods and service for services. People have some things. Maybe I have yam and I need bread. How am I going to get bread when I have yam? So I have to go and give the yam, the yam to someone who has bread, and the person give me the yam. So that is what's called trade by barter. That's how it started. But as time went on, they realized that they have to use something as a medium of exchange. I don't want to go into that today, because we are still coming to that later. So that is how money started. So it was after men have been driven out of Garden of Eden, and they are already in this present world, that they started thinking about monetary system, so that they can easily exchange goods for goods and service for services. So money is man-made. Leave God out of money. Don't let God be the first entity that will come to your mind when you are thinking about money and wealth creation. That's the foundation I want to do. Think about money as a material thing that is created by a man. And don't forget, whenever a man creates anything at all, there is always what we call owner's manual. There is always what we call owner's manual. That is an information, a manual that contains information about how to use that thing, how to maintain that thing. So the same way, after men have created money, there are rules for money, rules for making money, rules for multiplying money, rules for maintaining money. So those are the things that you have to find out and learn if you want to create wealth, if you want to make more money, if you want to live affluent life in this world, because those information are available. That's why I said money is knowledge. The knowledge I'm talking about is knowledge of those things. And those things are documented and they are available everywhere. But if you don't look for knowledge, knowledge will not look for you. So it is very important that you realize that. There is a book I want to recommend, though it's an old book. I have the book here, The Richest Man in Babylon. The book was written by George S. Clason. In this book, the man categorically revealed the secret of wealth in the old Babylon. If you look at history, you realize that the land of Israel was the land of Christians, and the people in the land of Israel were poor. It's only once in a while Israel raised a rich and wealthy man like David and Solomon. But in Babylon, the reverse was the case. In Babylon, they always have money. What happened? That is exactly what George S. Clason revealed in this book, The Richest Man in Babylon. If you can lay your hand on it, it's an old book, but at the same time, it will give you a good foundation on your wealth creation. So what did he say there? He made us realize that the king at that time, the king of Babylon, realized that there was a particular man that is called Akkad, and the man was wealthy. Though the man also started from the scratch and eventually was able to make it to the top. So the king now called Akkad and asked him to teach the wisdom of wealth creation to all the people in Babylon knowledge. And Akkad agreed to do it, and they organized a class. And he started teaching people how he made money. And before you know it, many people in the old Babylon became wealthy. So it means knowledge about wealth creation can be transferred through what? Through information. So that's why I said money is knowledge. And that is why when you compare the land of Israel at that time with the land of Babylon, you realize that the gap was very wide. People in Babylon were very rich and influential after that event. But the same thing did not happen in the land of Israel. And that's why many people in Israel were poor. It was only during the time of Solomon, the Bible says that the gold was common in Israel. And gold was common in Israel because of the effort of Solomon, who gained wisdom, but they could not sustain it. Because after the death of Solomon, everything went away with Solomon. So information. So the people of Israel had God. Don't tell me they don't have God. They have God. But they did not have what? Information. The people of Babylon did not have God. They did not serve God. They were serving idols. But they have information. So that's why you can see that money is not really made by God. It's made by a man. And there is information about it. So if you can get information, you will have a lot of it. So that's what I said in the first video. And if you are talking about wealth creation today, and you are talking about wealth in the whole world, there are two words that are very common in the lips of people today. The first word is elite. You hear people saying elite. Then the second word is Illuminati. You hear people say Illuminati. We are talking about people that have gained, that have a lot of wealth in the world today. Now, when we say elite, what are we talking about? Elite simply means a group of people in the society who are powerful and have a lot of influence because they are rich and intelligent. So when you're talking about elite today, they said the elite is controlling everything. They said elite is controlling everything today. The elite is controlling the wealth of 90%, and the elite themselves are just 10%. Why? Because the elite, going by the definition I just read, the elite are intelligent. and they are able to make wealth. They have riches because of intelligence, because of information. So you can also be one of the elites. Instead of waging war against the elites, you can join them by finding information about how to create wealth and become wealthy and become powerful, because money today is power. Then you'll be one of the elites. Don't forget, the president of United States of America today is an industrialist, is a businessman in the area of real estate. Before he became the president, he was a businessman. He was able to make a lot of money. Now he has become the president because he has the wealth. He has now become the president. Don't forget that with that alone, he can be one of the elites now. People that are making decisions in the world. People that determine what happens in the world. Because he gained information about wealth creation, he created wealth. Through wealth, he was able to influence people. He became the president. Now he's part of the decision making in the world, because you know the United States of America control some things in the world. So when you gain information about wealth creation, you create wealth, you become one of the elites. So don't wage war against anyone. Just make sure that if you can't beat them, join them in the race. Then when I talk, another one I mentioned earlier on is the Illuminati. What's the meaning of Illuminati? They said people that are in secret society and they have the money through that society and they are ruling everything. Okay, let us look at the meaning of Illuminati. Illuminating means to make something clearer and easier to understand. They are Illuminatis because they have understanding. Because they have found information that make things clear to them. And what is that? Power, money, power, money. They gain power through money. They are Illuminati because they have found information, and information make it easier for them to find wealth, and when they have the wealth, they control everyone. He said they are Illuminati. I'm not saying that it is good to be part of the Illuminati. What I'm saying is that what people in those positions is information. And they find information, whatever they want to make, become easier for them to make. Become easier for them to get. So, what is very important is that we value knowledge as far as wealth creation is concerned. There is something I want to put to you. It is that if you are still in the Garden of Eden, you may not need information or much knowledge, because in the Garden of Eden, they don't even spend money. As a Christian or a Muslim or whatever religion you practice, please don't be religious about money. If you are in Garden of Eden, you will not need information, you will not need knowledge, because you will not need money, because you did not spend money there. But as long as you are in this world today, you need information, you need knowledge. If not, you will not be able to live an affluent life. I pray you will not live in poverty. So it is very, very important. I want you to draw attention to that. If you look at Genesis chapter 2, from verse 8 to verse 17, the word of God simply says, and God has planted a garden in the east of Eden, and there he put the man he created. So that is God for you. God put them in the garden at that time, but now he put us in the world. At that time, they did not need money, so they did not need knowledge about money, but today we need money and we need information to get it. I don't want this video to be too long. We are in the what I call Eden aftermath. That is, we are not in the same place with those that live their life in Eden. We are in the other side of Eden. So we are going to apply a different opposite principle entirely. No information was needed in Eden. Information is needed here. Knowledge is needed here. Without knowledge, it is very, very difficult to acquire wealth. Let me tell you something. Love labors, but knowledge harvests. If you look at 1 Corinthians chapter 8 in verse 1, the Bible tells us about love and knowledge. Love will carry out activities, but without knowledge, if you have love, you will serve people, you will love people, you will do a lot of things, and God will be happy with you. But love will only make you to labor. But if you don't have knowledge, you will not have harvest, as in you yourself personally will not enjoy yourself. So many Christians, many Muslims, many people that are serving God today in this religion or that religion, they have love and they are serving people, but they themselves, they are not served because they did not have knowledge to love. they have righteousness, they have holiness, but they do not pursue after knowledge. So people enjoy them, but they themselves are not enjoying people. I want you to take note of that. And I want to tell you this before I round off, that a foolish child of God